this week we have a really cool sort of springtime is coming bundle for you. I love all the colors that we've selected for you. We've got yellow and orange and green, and it's a harbinger of things to come. I'm hoping, at least. It's actually pretty warm here today in Washington, so that's a good sign. So let me start talking to you about our bundle. First of all, I'm going to use two vases, and these are just clear glass vases, but anything in a similar shape or size could work well for you at home. And the first one I'm going to start with is a larger vase, and I have my really cool flax leaves. And these things are awesome. If you've ever, been lucky enough to go to Hawaii or some other tropical destination, you might have seen these growing. I have before, and they're super cool and fun, and I'm excited that we can include them in the bundle this week. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually use them to prepare the vase and get it looking kind of cool. So one thing I want to do is cut them down a teeny bit, and you'll see I'm going to save this little bit that I'm cutting off for my smaller arrangement. Set this here and cut off this piece too, and I'll use that in my small arrangement in a minute. And that helps me get them about the right height here. I'm going to do this. Then I'm going to sort of try something that I just had an idea about, and I haven't really done it before, but I tried it once, so anyway, we'll see what happens. Okay, so I'm sticking all these guys in here, and obviously they're cool just like this, right? But one thing you can do with them is sort of bend them over and then either tuck them in like this to create the sort of angular look, which I like. Alright, so that's one way. And then here's another thing we can do. Let's do it with this one. Just bend this across and wrap it around the outside of the vase. And then I'm going to tuck this underneath. I think this is just a cool look. This is wild. You don't have to do it this way. This is just how I'm playing with these flax leaves. I've seen them growing in nature, and they actually tend to bend after a little while on their own. So we're just sort of using the natural tendency of them in bending them in place. Anyway, enough of that. We've got, these ones are going to stay just like this. This one's bent around. Come on, stay where you're supposed to. Of course, never wants to. All right, and this one I think I'm going to cut down a teeny bit more. All right. Okay, this thing is super tall. Hold on. All right, there we go. Okay. Now, next thing, let me put some of this cool tree fern in here. So, the interesting combination, this is sort of tropical, and this tree fern, it sort of has this, to me, like a pine look to it. So it's a fun idea to have both these things going on in here. All right, we're gonna tuck a little bit of the fern coming out here, maybe a little bit here. I'm gonna save two pieces of it for my small arrangement, okay? So I've got my willowy look, fanned out leaves, awesome. Okay, now next up, I have some really cool leucadendron safari sunset, and I think we've got a little safari sunset in which is typically this darker red, but some of it's lighter, and I think this might be mixed with a type called Inca Gold, which I know comes in this shade, but either way, you've got leucadendron, and this stuff is really neat. I've also seen it growing in Hawaii on these huge bushes. It's really fun pulling this out. It also is native to South Africa. It's a really cool flower. I love it. It lasts a long time. It's awesome. So this huge piece, I'm going to trim, take off the greenery, tuck it right down into this spot, which is great. And then I've got another couple pieces which I'm going to place into the vase and have them sort of sticking out. This is a real modern look, okay? So this bundle sort of has a modern feel to it. I hope you enjoy that. Oh, goodness, okay. But obviously it can go in any type of vase, and it can look a little more traditional too if you want it to. Now, the sort of final piece here that I'm going to stick on here is my snapdragons. Sorry, are my snapdragons. So what we're going to do here is take these awesome orange snapdragons, and they really kind of look like flames or something. I love it. I'm going to take them and pull off the greenery. Okay, this stuff gets yucky below the water line, so you want to get rid of it. And we don't need it. We've got plenty of our other cool greenery going on. I'm going to stick this right in. Okay. Pulling this down. There we go. And one more piece. Then I think for our, one other bit here, we're going to put on a touch of our solidago. So this stuff is cool. It looks like goldenrod, which grows out, you know, like sort of along the road, and some people are allergic to, but this is different. It's not the same, so don't worry. I don't think you'll be allergic to this stuff. And I'm just pulling off the greenery down here, giving it a trim. It also kind of has a feathery look to it, which I really like. And I'm sticking this right in here into sort of our holes. All right, and this arrangement is obviously going to go up against a wall, okay, in this sort of wild look. So, you know, it's not perfectly round, but that's what makes it kind of cool. So I like it like that. I'm going to move it this way out of the camera. And I'm going to get ready for my small base. I've got a little 4x4 cube here. See, these things are in the way. And what I'm going to do is take some of the flax that I cut off down here and trim this up a little bit. Whoops, not quite. And use it in my vase, if I could cut it correctly. Can you tell I'm not very good at judging space here? All right, let's see. Maybe if I bend this one like this. Yes, actually, it's working. Okay, so I can use my last piece here. And now I have my flax inside the vase looking kind of cool. Then what I'm going to do is get a little touch of my tree fern, which I had just a bit left over, trim it down, stick it on in here. All right, cool. Then I have a whole bunch of yellow mums, okay? So these are chrysanthemums. These ones are called football mums, which is a fun name, and there's another type called spider, and we're sort of using them interchangeably. So for right now, I'm using football mums here, but you might have spider mums, which are just as cool. We take what I call the little hair nets off of them. You all can take them off, okay, when you get them. We keep them on there in the bundles just so that the flowers themselves don't get damaged, and they come this way from the farms when they're flown here. So you can take the hair nets off, get rid of them, sort of fluff out the flowers a little bit, and then what I'm going to do is just trim these all down and do a cool low arrangement. Now, mums often get a bad rap, okay? I joke about that, but people think, mums are inexpensive, they aren't cool. But I love the color, they last a long time, and in places like China, actually, they are revered as incredible flowers, and you'll see them in famous paintings, and it's really neat. So, you know, you can't always judge a book by its cover, right? So, just because some people don't like mums doesn't mean that we can't find a good use for them here. And these are a different type of mum, another one I love, called Kermit mums, okay? And, well, they're called green butt mums, but I call them Kermit. And I just love the color, they're super cool, and I'm going to trim them down and stick them in, and you get that cool sort of pop of lime green, which is awesome. And this is a fun little arrangement that has, again, that sort of